Now, when you reach on our website, you'll find a lot of things, and one of them is discover top courses. Now, we tried our best to make sure that we give you some of the cheapest courses, because our courses, most of them are complex, and the reason why they are is because we follow the same structure, which has already been programmed in most of you, which is a tertiary, or I would say educational structure type of way. We try to make sure that we don't just equip you from a point of trading, but we equip you from mindset, physiology, and as well as trading itself and understanding the language of Forex. Because in as much as you would want just to get started with trading and making money, you cannot enter into an industry if you don't understand it very well. And I've seen this mistake being made by a lot of Forex traders. They just go in and teach people about Forex, but yet people don't even understand the language of that particular industry and how it works or how it operates. So we try our best to make sure that, first of all, we give you the basics, right? The Forex basics. And this is how the market actually works. You need to understand, how does the market work? How does it, why does it even exist in the first place? And the other thing is what most traders are never taught, right? So most people start trading, but there are certain principles and certain information that is not given to these traders. And in as much as you'd want to skip grade 1 to grade 5 just to go to grade 7, you end up finding out that you skipped what is 1 plus 1, and you can't do any type of mathematics if you don't know the basics. That's the truth about it. You just have to understand what is the basics. How does things work, right? How do things work in the basics? For you to be able to do calculus, trigonometry, you need to understand what is minus, plus, division, and multiplication. And these are some of the principles that people are never taught. They just thought, okay, the candle structures move this way, you enter in this direction. Why do even candles move? Who makes the candles move? Why are candles moving on the screen? What is behind the screen? So we teach all that. And we talk about risk, right? Discipline, mindset. These are some of the important things that people don't even understand. They overlook most of these, and we pay direct attention to them. And how to read the market movement. These are now some of the advanced things that we come later on to teach you. But just knowing 3 of these already, you become way better than a person who has been trading for 3 years, not understanding what the Forex market is. And guys, this is the reason why I created this in the first place, because I went through 5 years of trading, 4 years making losses. I started becoming profitable in 2025 after I came up with a strategy, right, in the beginning of the year. And my strategy started working. Now, this is not a magical strategy, right? This is my own strategy. And my goal here is not to teach you my strategy. My goal here is to make sure that you come up with your own strategy that can work for you. And that's what we're all about when it comes to Fxlion. We don't teach you strategies. We teach you how to come up with your own strategy. Because if you understand what is 1 plus 1 and you come to understand how to multiply, how to divide, you can also teach another person. You don't need me to teach other people, or you don't need me to help you teach other people. You can teach other people. You can teach yourself. You can even maybe become better than we are as Fxlion. And that's what we want to see, okay? And that's the reason why most of our groups, you never see us posting signals. Even in our VIP group, of course, I'll give not really signals, but when I'm trading live, I'll always show what movements I'm making, what entry points I'm doing. Those are not really signals. It's me telling you, this is how I'm analyzing the market, and this is how I'm going to trade. I don't give signals. It's useless to me to give signals. And actually, I'm going to do a poll on the group very soon, where I'm going to ask people to vote either they want free mentorship or free signals, because this is some of the things that we've been discussing indoors as Fxlion, to understand what do you guys really want. And some of you, if you're watching this video right now, I'd like you to comment below. What do you really want? Do you want just us to give you signals, or do you want to understand really Forex is? Because imagine, we can give you signals, and signals don't always work. Even us as top Forex traders, whatever you want to call us, most of the time we'll make trades and some of them would fail, right? Maybe I would say 30%, 50%, sometimes even 60% of the trades will fail. But guess what? There's always a 30% that remains that we do well and covers up for all our losses, because there's no business that has no losses. And that's one thing you need to understand. Forex is a business. Forex is like any other business. It has got its own risk. It's just that the margin of risk is way too higher than any other businesses. And the margin of reward too is way too higher than any other businesses. person who opens a shop today to sell any groceries, they'll take time for them to gain tremendous assets or tremendous profits. But with us in the forex market, the capital that you start with, the capital margin that you start with, you can easily gain a lot of profit in a short period of time. Now, what determines that is the knowledge that you have of the forex market, and that's why we're here as Fxlion. Now, just to proceed, on the Fxlion, we don't just do courses. We're going to be doing a lot of things that are going to be launching the live stream sessions, invest with your expert. Though this is going to come like later during the year, maybe June or July, because there's a lot of contracts that we want to do to be able to actually carry this on. And then we've got the FX podcast. This podcast is going to be on Apple Store and other, I would say, Spotify and other podcast streams that we can add it on, especially on YouTube. It's going to be there. So this is already actually ongoing, and we're going to be adding it on the website quickly. And then there's also trading competitions. This is going to be we're going to be hosted actually very soon. We're organizing this with some of the top traders here in Zambia to get trading competitions. And we're also talking to banks that are going to be funding most of these traders. So most of you guys are going to be funded. Now, I didn't want to talk about this in the group, but in here, I'm going to speak about it because these are some of the plans that we have for you guys that we have set for 2026. Now, one of the important things that we're going to be launching, and I want you to listen to me carefully. One of the most important things that we're going to be launching in 2026 is our tool, Leometrical. Leometrical is one of the best tools that is going to be launched in 2026 by the Fxlion. Now, the reason why we're doing this is primarily to be able to help you. Some of you are stubborn, who don't want to understand, who don't want to learn, who don't want to get courses, to be able to use at least a tool that has already been programmed, to be able to structure, to tell you, okay, if this is your capital, you have to take this type of risk. Okay, if this is the type of pair that you're trading, these are the type of things that you need to understand. These are the margin lines. These are the type of pips, movements. How many pips does it make in a specific session? It will give you the information that you've never been given before by any other tool out there. And that is our goal, is to be able to structure your mindset differently, to understand Forex in a ways that you did not understand. And most of you actually do not understand most of these things. And the reason why you don't is because most of the time, you shy away from getting information. You stick to one person. Who's your mentor? I don't know who your mentor is or whoever is. I don't care. What you need to be able to do is to do your own research. Look at everything. Look at all angles. What do I need to learn? What is this person saying? Even what we're saying as Fxlion might be true, might be not. But the question is, can you try? At least try. Try and see. What are these guys talking about? Is it going to work? That's why it's called back testing. You test any principle that you find and you see, okay, is this principle going to work? Does it work? Of course, you don't try it in a live market. You don't try it in a live account. You try it in your demo account. You try different principles. And that's how I came up with all my strategies. That's how I came to understand the market. I tried different principles. I kept trying. I kept understanding what works and what doesn't work. And this tool here is going to save you years of, I don't know, man. I don't know how to put it. But this tool is going to allow you not just to trade. It will take you from 0 to hero in a day, in a flip, because you're trading with a tool that analyzes your daily trade. It's journaling whatever you're trading. It's looking at what structures are you using. What is this person really doing? Is he doing the wrong things? Okay, the market is bullish and it only travels from this range to that range. But why is he putting a stop loss that is very high? Why is he putting stop loss TP that is very high? Why is he putting a stop loss that is very low? At the end of the day, when you're down with your trade, it's going to tell you, bro, what you're doing is wrong. Look at what you did here. It will analyze your trades, your journal, your trades, give you information that you don't understand on the market and tell you, you didn't even look at the news today. This is the news. You are supposed to look at the news at this point, and this is where the market is supposed to move. If there's no news, why are you trading in the first place? You know what I'm saying? You need a tool that is going to guide you. And most of these guys that you see driving Lamborghinis in Dubai, doing all that, man, these guys, you think they just wake up and trade? And that's the thing, most of you, you're delusional. Being delusional is not a problem. I'm delusional. For me to be here, I had to be delusional to know that this is like whatever idea that I'm working on, it's going to work at the end of the day. But you have to be delusional with principles, with structured principles. You know, you can't just drop out of the building, which is, I don't know how many kilometers from the ground, without a parachute. Yes, you can drop. But the question is, do you have something that protects you from that, from you dying, from you injuring yourself? You can take risks, but calculated risks. And sometimes you have to be crazy enough to wanting to fly. But the question is, do you have the rocket that is going to make you fly? And how are you going to land back? So these are just simple things that I'm giving you to tell you that you need to have tools. Tools are important. There's nobody that just trades manual and become one of the best forex traders. We all have tools that tell us specific things. It might not be entry points, but they give us information. They help us. They expedite the rate at which we work on the market. The market itself, people who move these markets, or people who, the buyers and sellers, the companies, the institutions, they use tools, even them. Why you, a person who is just a retailer trader, wanting to be a person who just trades with no tools? That's insane when I hear that. And yeah, that's the whole point of us doing this in the first place. And we're going to be going to a lot of universities, a lot of schools, we're going to be organizing a lot of meetings with most of you forex traders, because we need to tell you the truth about this. Most of you are too delusional. You don't know the structures, and you're losing a lot of money. You're becoming the puppets in the forex market. And we don't want to see that. We want to see everybody making it, because I was a puppet too. So one thing that I can tell you is, when you go on the start learning with forex, we've got already structured forex tools, and as well as courses, right? And one of the first courses that I would say, the first book, and these books are going to be released, are going to be in Book World and these other stores. I think should be March. We're working on it with our writers and everything. We're going to be releasing these books, and this is just like a tip of the iceberg that I decided to share with you guys, the truth about forex. I decided to share this information just for you to understand. Okay, what is he really talking about? The truth about forex? It means we've been told lies. Yes, you have, and that's the reason why we're here. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you have. And that's the reason why we're here. You've been told a lot of lies about Forex, and that's the reason we designed the truth about Forex. And this book is going to be sold in all shops. And it covers just the introduction. Why does Forex exist in the first place? Why does this even book, why was this book written in the first place? What is the Forex? You know, what is the biggest lie about Forex? It tells you all the lies that you've been told. Yeah. One of the biggest first lie beginners are told is Forex is easy. Forex is not easy, my guy. That's one thing I can tell you. Believe it or not, Forex is not easy. Forex is not betting like football. Forex is not your game where you do, is it aviator? I don't know those type of shit that people do. Like, you just, okay, the plane is gonna, like, I wonder why people do even play those games. That's gambling. You don't know what they're programmed behind the particular system. You're just playing around. Forex is not like that. All right. Second lie that people have been told, that anyone can make money, and make money every day. It's a lie. You can't make. It's not every day that you're gonna be making money on the forex market. It's not every day. There are days that we do make money on the forex market, and there are days that we actually don't make money on the forex market. I've stayed a month without trading. A month without trading. You understand? And some of you won't understand right now, but as we get deeper into this, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about, right? But some of the third lie, that is indicators or signals. What's this? They'll give you profits. Indicators and signals don't even give you profits, right? Some indicators might work, some indicators might not work. You understand? Some indicators just help you to understand simple principles in the forex market. So there's a lot of things that we cover. This is free information. Right now, if you get your phone, if you get your laptop, you can go on our website and read through this, and read through this. You get to understand some of the truth about forex. Now, this doesn't cover everything in detail. This is just a tip of the iceberg that I decided to share with you. But this book is going to be released. I'm going to publish this book actually this year, likely in March. We're already working, like I said, with the writers, and it's going to be published, The Truth About Forex. Now, the real movements of the market, even these, there's a lot of misconception about that, right? How making money, how to make money in the Forex market, risk management, being able to risk, and as well as understanding what structures do you need to be able to risk, right? Leverage, most people don't know how to leverage, right? All these things we discuss about them. Trading physiology, this is some of the principles that people don't even understand, right? In the Forex market. How is physiology so important, right? What is the importance of it? What is the importance of being able to leverage, right? So all these things that we speak about, already explained. They're going to be explained in this book. Why most beginners lose. These are some of the things you need to ask yourself when you start Forex. Why does only 1% of traders make it? Why can't the 99%? These are some of the questions that I started asking myself. I remember that is the beginning of 2023. I was like, okay, I've traded for 2 years and I'm losing. I had to pull back. Like I had to get out of the box and look at the box and say, okay, why are most traders losing in the first place? You know, why are most traders in Zambia, students using their school fees, grocery money to trade, and they're still losing, taking big risks? You understand? Learning strategies from all these guys, but they're not making as much money as them. Why? What's wrong? I started investigating. Investigation is the first thing you have to do. Subject study, you know, strategies, right? Keep it simple. We explain about all these things in this book. Demo versus real trading. Why? What's the difference between the two? Discipline and trading plans, right? The Fxlion mindset. We come to teach you this at the end of that. And of course, I didn't share everything that is in the book because I just wanted to give you tips of what is in the Truth About Forex. But otherwise, guys, the books are going to be released. And for those of you who are going to be joining our VIP courses, you have access to a soft copy of it, which is already done, which most of you, I think, are going to be looking at it. We'll be sharing it with you in the VIP group. But all in all, we want you to understand the truth about Forex. Now, I'm not going to waste a lot of time to talk about this because there's other things that we actually organize for you. Like I'll give example, the Forex language. There's also a book that is going to be released. I'm not going to go through it right now. You can go on our website and do that. And as well as advanced courses. Now, advanced courses, I didn't share anything because these are things that I don't want to speak about just here on this live stream, because these are things that costed me a lot of money to understand, and I can't just share them anyhow. I spent a lot of money. I've spoken to some of the best traders, and it wasn't for free. I've gotten tools, I've tested tools, I've bought tools. I did a lot of back end testing, and I'm not just gonna give you guys on the silver platter. Here is how the Forex work, and this is what you need to do. I'm not gonna do that. And for those of people who are willing, who know that this is the only plan A and there's no plan B, of course they're gonna be able to buy. I'm not expecting everybody to get this course. I'm expecting the 1% who are willing to say, okay, I'm willing to go further with this. I'm willing to learn, to understand, and to actually get things done. Me, I always tell people, do not start something that you know you're not going to waste your money, you're going to waste your time on it. It's better you do something else. Go and do teaching, go and do, I don't know, bro, go and do farming, things that you're able to see. If you don't believe in Forex, don't even start in the first place. Don't waste your time. You understand? Because if you're going to waste your time doing $10 accounts and $100 accounts, you spend 2 years of doing that. We already did that. Most of us Forex traders who are teaching you this, we already did that. And the only reason we're doing this in the first place is to help you so that you don't spend all those $100 you're wasting in an entire year. I mean, calculate yourself. Sit down and ask yourself, how much have you lost in the entire year? If you spend that money on buying whoever, I don't care, whoever courses you bought, maybe you would have learned more than what you were learning yourself, the mistakes that you're making. Do you understand what I'm saying? You save yourself time. You save yourself money that you're wasting. Better you buy a course that is $150 than you going to spend $1,000 that you waste the entire year just trying to trade. $50 today, $30 tomorrow. This, you blow the account. Bro, like, why are you why are you struggling? Why are you stressing yourself? We're here to help you out. Understand, learn what is needed to be learned for you to be able to actually thrive in the Forex market. So for those of you who are listening right now and you want to join, visit the fxlion.com. Our website is actually active. When you go on our website, you'll be able to see the courses. What I urge you, and I've always taught these guys, I've seen somebody buying a course that is premium for $500, and when they're in a one-on-one session with me, and I'm looking at this guy, he doesn't understand anything, and he's acting like he understands what Forex is. And I'm like, bro, you are supposed to buy a 150 course first for you to understand what Forex is. Why are you buying an advanced course when you don't understand anything about Forex? And these are some of the things that I talk about always in my live stream. Understand the basics first. Don't rush to go to advanced things and start doing. No, bro. Just start with where you at. Go on here, buy on the beginner's course. We'll just require to get your name. The reason why we do this is sometimes maybe someone won't be able to purchase. but we'll know that this is a person who tried to purchase, and will actually contact you, say, okay, we saw that you wanted to purchase. What was the reason why you didn't? Some of them will say, okay, I know I didn't have enough money. Okay, go and look for money, because you can't just enter into an industry and say, okay, I want to learn how to do Forex. The question is, did you prepare money to start learning? You can't go to any university, Harvard, or even if you just Hunza itself or Copperbelt University. You can't just come and say, I want to learn. The question they're going to do, can you pay the tuition or fees to learn this? So in the first place, you need to know our students. So most of the time when you put your details, these details are actually going to be sent in our database. Now, when those details are sent in our database, they're going to be submitted and you're going to receive this payment section. Now, this payment section is just going to help you to collect your details and select the type of payment that you want to do. We collect Visa, we collect MasterCard. You select, let's say maybe you're doing Visa. And here you put your email. I'll put my email there. And as well as I'll put my phone number. All right. And as well as it will show you how much you're paying. So you're paying, the total charge is $161 because there's transactional fees that you're going to incur as well. So when you proceed with that, it's going to bring a payment section on the side here. Now, I'm not going to do anything right now because I don't want you guys to look at my payment structure or anything. But otherwise, this is how it works, right? This is how our payment gateway works. Now, let's say maybe you failed to make payments and you go back, right? We'll still have your details saved. Sorry for canceling that. We'll still have your details saved and we'll be able to actually save you on our database. And later on, maybe our support team is going to call you and ask you some questions. Okay, why did you fail to actually to sign up for the course? Now, for those of you who just want to be recognized by Fxlion so that you're able to attend some of the conferences, some of the sessions, and you know that you're in Zambia, specifically, be it Copperbelt, be everywhere. We'll be traveling in 2026. We have a lot of programs. I wish you guys you'll be able to see, but we'll post, I think, in the group of our plans. We'll post our entire yearly plan very soon in the group. But our plans are big. We're going to be traveling around the entire Lusaka, the entire Zambia. We're going to be traveling different districts to talk with people about Forex and making sure that people understand what Forex is. And for those of you who want to be attending these meetings, all you have to do is just go and sign up on our platform, If you sign up on our platform, we'll have you on our database. We'll know your name. We'll know the level which you're at when it comes to trading, because the moment you start signing up, we ask you questions, right? Is your full names, right? And we'll get, okay, what's your email, right? Actually, here is username. So my initial username, most of you know me, I'm Tesla. So this is just an example, a quick walkthrough, because I want you guys to understand what we're trying to do here. So, But once you log in, you should be able to receive more like a walkthrough that will ask you questions about where are you at when it comes to Forex? What are you able to do? What are you not able to do? What have you traded before? What is your capital of trading? Are you dealing with a demo account? All these things are going to be asked so that we know the type of person that we're dealing with in the first place. Now, without wasting any time, I don't want to last this video way too longer. I'm going to come with what we're going to learn today, which is simple principles that I'm willing to share with you guys, which are very free of charge principles that are going to guide you in 2026. Forex is not complicated. Of course, it's not easy because you have to learn a lot of things and pick what things you need to use for yourself to be able to trade. But all in all, when you understand the principles, it becomes easier than you think. So I'm going to share some of the principles with you here, and hopefully you pay attention, because this is the time that you need to, if you are seated right now and you're doing something else, focus on this, because this is where you need to pay attention fully for you to understand some of the principles that you might use in 2026 to understand how to trade on the Forex market. Now, right now, we're looking at gold, right? XAUUSD. And if you don't see that, it's right here. It's right here. This is gold. This is a real account. I withdrew most of my funds in December because I was back testing a lot of things. And right now we just have cents. I don't know how many cents is this. I don't know if it's $5. I don't know if should be cents, 5 cents. But all in all, what we're going to look at here is how do we trade on the Forex market? What do people look at when they're trading in the first place? You understand what I'm saying? And the first thing that we're going to be looking at is how the market structure is. How is the market structure formed? When you just enter into a trade, or maybe you just enter into this market, this pair itself, What are some of the things that you need to understand? Now, first thing that I need to make sure I mention to you guys, you don't just trade anyhow. Trading, think of it like, for those of you who are male, or I say for those of you who are guys or men in this actually video or session, you all have girlfriends. You all have a woman that you love, or that person who's beside you. Think of Forex like that. You pick the type of pair that you want. This is a girl that you want, right? This is a girl that you're falling in love with. Why? Because they look beautiful. They look shiny, right? They have a structure. There's something that you like about that girl. It's the same thing with Forex. You have to pick the pair that interests you the most. Which pair do you love the most? Why do you love it in the first place? Is it because a lot of people are talking about it? Is it because a lot of people are talking about this girl that you want? Right? Why is everybody talking about it? That's the same thing with Forex. You have to pick the pair that you want, and you need to know the reasons why you're doing that in the first place. Oh, maybe I picked gold versus USD because Mr. Tesla always talks about it. Maybe I picked gold versus USD because Mr. Nas 100 always trade using gold. Or maybe one of these best traders does this. Or maybe I picked it because I like how it moves. It has got that type of reaction that I want on the market. It has got the structures that I love, that I can trade with in the first place. You need to have a reason why you're trading on that pair in the first place. You don't just trade anyhow. You don't just get a girl and say you're my girlfriend without understanding what you like about that person. It might be their character, it might be how they look, but you need to have a reason in the first place. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Have a reason why you're trading in that pair first. And when you have a reason, stick to one pair. Stick to one person. Now, this is not entirely true, and I'll come to it. You don't really have to stick to one pair as you graduate when it comes to the levels of trading. But in the first place, when you're starting, you have to stick to only one pair. Why is it important that you need to stick to one pair? First of all, it lowers the risk of your losses, or it lowers your loss margin. Just to be direct, it lowers your loss margin. Because when you are trading in a lot of pairs, you're likely to lose a lot, because your brain is like a muscle. Whenever you take a loss, it's going to remember what losses you're taking and why you took those losses in the first place. And you'll replicate whatever you did on this pair into another pair. That's the first biggest problem. Second problem that is there is that it will delay your understanding of how that pair works. Because first place is you're dealing with a lot of people. You're dealing with a lot of girls, a lot of people in your relationship. You can't understand all of them at once. You have to understand first person, the first person you're dealing with. In this case, the pair that you're dealing with, you have to understand it fully. And by understanding, I'm not talking about looking at these lines that you're seeing in here. No. By understanding is understanding where is it right now? How did it start in 2002? Where was God in 2002? Where was God in 2008? Where was God in 2015? And where is it right now? And why? That's the type of understanding that I'm talking about. Most of you don't even know where God, or maybe whatever pair that you're trading it was in 2008. What happened in 2008? What is the history of your pair? You don't understand. And you're expecting to be good in trading? You must be joking, man. You must be joking. You need to understand the history of your pair. What has been happening to your pair? What happened in 2016? What happened during COVID? How did it react? We're dealing with economical things here, bro. We're not dealing with aviator or some football game or something. This is not gambling. We're dealing with economics. So my guy, if you think this is some type of gambling, go and play aviator and then football. This is not your game. You require knowledge to understand these things. You require history, backup history. Markets move based on history. Market move based on events. That's why there's news. Currencies move. It's called foreign exchange, Forex. Foreign exchange of currencies. They're not moved by, I don't know, bro, some of you what you think about when you're seeing the Forex market. Secondly, you need one pair because it will create a bond between you and that pair. Some things that you understand, be it losses, you share the losses with that pair. You understand, if I do this, the pair is actually going to react in this way. If I say it's bullish, in this manner, in this session, in this type of range, it's not going to work out. You need to understand how many movements your pair can make in a day. How many pips does it make? If it's bullish, how many pips can it make? If it's bearish, if it's liquidating, how is the liquidation speed? What's the range? Most of you don't understand that, right? Most of you don't understand that. You know, there's a lot of things that you do not understand when it comes to this. And that's the biggest problem. Not understanding the reasons why you're trading in that particular pair. Not understanding the reasons why in the first place, why you're trading gold, why you're trading BTC, USD, right? So we have covered the first thing. Reason. Note this down if you're writing. If you're not writing, it means you're not serious. Just get out of this video. If you're watching it, close or whatever, get out of this video. Because if you're not writing down, if you're not structuring things down, you're wasting your time watching this video. First thing that you need to understand is reason. Why are you trading that particular pair? Second thing that you need to understand is you only trade one pair when you're starting. Why? Because you want to create a bond with that pair. You want to understand how does that pair move? What are the different sessions and how does it react during these sessions? The moment you start trading a millions of 5 pairs, 3 pairs, I always ask all traders who come to me to say, "Oh, hey, sir, I want to be able to trade profitable like you. What do I do?" I ask them, "How many pairs do you trade?" That's the first thing I ask them. "How many pairs do you trade?" They'll tell me, "Oh, I trade gold, I trade B2C, I trade." I'm like, bro, how are you gonna become good if your mind is divided? Focus on one pair. Either you're making losses, you're making wins. Understand what is making you to win in that particular time. What is making you to lose? Why are you losing? What session are you in? What period of time are you in a year? What happens? What is the news? What is the economy saying about the particular pair that you're talking about? What is moving particular pair that you're talking about? Which institutions are trading the pair that you're trading? You understand what I'm talking about? You have to know. You have to know. You can't be ignorant in the Forex market. The moment you become ignorant in the Forex market, you will lose perpetually. You will lose a lot of money. Do you understand what I'm saying? In Forex, we pay all our mistakes by money. They teach you. The Forex market will teach you by getting your money out of your pocket in seconds. You won't even believe. So if you think you're here to come and play, to come and make quick money, my friend, cancel this video. Just go and do something else. Do farming. Do something that's realistic to you. Because trust me, Forex is not for people who do not understand economics. Forex is not for people who are not willing to do research. Forex is not for people who are not willing to put their time, effort into this. It's not easy. It's not easy, I'm telling you, to get to the point of 1%. I'm not going to lie to you right now. This is not a baby play game. You understand? It's not a baby care. It's not Mickey Mouse, Crabhouse. It's not. This is a game where institutions, banks come on the market. And some of you are just here to contribute money in the Forex market. You're not here to even trade. So for you to separate yourself, you need to separate your mindset in the first place. It's about your mind. How do you understand Forex? How does it work? You understand? Now, coming to the second reason, or not even second reason, coming to the second step, why you need to understand the Forex. How does it work, right? The market structure itself. What makes the Forex market move? Why are the candles existing in the Forex market in the first place? All these things you're seeing are digital. Myself, I'm a software engineer, and I always mention this. I was never a trader in the first place. I was a software engineer, right? I'm a software engineer up to now. I do work as a software engineer. I'm a cybersecurity expert. I understand that for these things to work, these things are digital. These things are digital. Anything that runs on the screen is programmed to work like this. There are ones and zeros behind this. There is a language that has been created for this to work like this. Now, if there's a language, if there's an algorithm behind it, which simply means there are things that influences how the market structure moves. The specific things that influence this market structure. Because this is digital. It means it's been programmed to move like this. Whatever movements that we see, anyways, I'll play this in a minute just to show you what I'm talking about. Whatever whatever way that the market is moving, whatever way that we see how it's moving, this is digital. This is digital. Look the way I'm playing. I'm playing back the market. I'm playing how what happened on the market, right? Do you think this no. This is programmed. This is made to do this. Are you understand what I'm saying? This is a digital market. It's created. There are people who sat down years back to create this thing to work like this. It's programmed. What does that tell you? You need to understand the algorithms that makes it work in the first place. What movements do they make, these institutions, that influence the program to run like this in the first place? Now, that's a deeper conversation that we discuss on our other courses, but I'm not going to mention it here. But these are some of the tips that I'm giving you. Understanding the market itself. That's the second thing. Put it down. Put it down on your book. Understanding the market itself. What's the third thing that you need to understand? Remember, I talked about the pairs because the Forex, first thing, reason, right? I need you to note this down. First thing is reason why you're trading that pair, which simply means you need to understand what is Forex and what pair you're trading and what is the Forex, what's the exchange of that particular pair that you're trading. Understand it in an economical aspect. Second thing is understanding the market itself, where everything is playing, the playground. It's like a footballer. If you don't understand that there's a corner, there's a box, you're not going to play football the right way. You're going to break the rules and the referee is going to keep giving you red cards. Those are the losses that you take on the Forex market because you don't understand how the playground is. Where are the lines? Where is the box? Where is the goal? Right? Where do you take the penalty? You don't even know that. You understand? Understand the playground itself. Understand the game of football. Understand that you're not allowed to hold the football on your hand as you're playing. It's not basketball, it's football. So if you can't play a game that you don't understand the rules itself, the playground itself. So understand first of all what is football. In this case, understand what is Forex, the pair that you're trading, the economical aspect of it. Then go to the market, which is the playground. Understand how is it structured? How does it work? Where is the corner? Where do I take penalty? What are the rules that I need to follow? Because there's specific rules that no matter what strategy you're using, those rules you have to follow them, my guy. If you don't follow them, the market will humble you. The market will make you pay and you lose a lot of money. Just like the way I did in a few years. You have to abide to these rules. You understand? So now, moving on. All right, I'm moving on, guys. Hope you're taking note of this. This is God that I'm giving you. All right, you're not paying me anything to tell you these things, but I'm telling you for free. So you need to understand that. I just need to refresh this a bit. I think I lost my track record. Second thing that we're going to be moving on to, apart from understanding the market, is understanding time frames. Now, wait. I need to see what I need to give you guys here. Okay, before we go to time frames, let's talk about liquidity and buyers and sellers, because these are some of the things that I need you guys to put in your mind that you need to understand. I don't want to skip anything. I want to give you guys the points. Of course, I'm not saying anything in detail because nobody's paying me here to say anything in detail. I can't waste my energy to do things that I wasted a lot of money, a lot of effort just for free. So let's go back here. Okay, that's good. So talking about liquidity, what is liquidity? There are principles, there are ways that you need to understand in the Forex market. And that's the reason why our course exists in the first place. The reason why when you go on our courses, we start first of all with the truth about Forex, because we need your mindset to be structured in the right way in the first place. We don't want to lie to you that Forex, or you'll get rich by the end of January. No. We're not going to tell you that. We'll tell you that you'll get rich, I don't know when, because it will depend with you how you understand Forex. It will depend with how many years you understand Forex. It will depend with the capital that you have. It will depend with the effort that you're putting in. You're not going to become a millionaire anytime soon, my friend. I've been trading, I don't know, for 5 years. Am I a millionaire? No, I'm not a millionaire. But guess what? I understand the Forex market. There are things that make people millionaire and things that will slow down for becoming millionaire. And we speak about those in our courses. But I'm not a millionaire yet. But I know that I'm on my way there because I understand the market, I understand the structures. There's certain things that I know that I lack as well. for me to become, or maybe it's time, maybe anything. But I know that when the right time comes, I will be that particular person. But it takes time. Everybody has their own timing. Never just because you saw your friend is making $800, $1,000 on the forex market, you're not going to do that. The same thing. You saw Nas 100 making money, 7,000 US dollars. You think when you join today, you're going to make that? No, it took him time to be there, right? It took me time to be where I am right now. It's going to take you time as well. So don't try to, it's more like gym. Some of you go to the gym here. You should understand that you don't just go to the gym just because you see a guy doing push-ups, 50 push-ups and 3 pull-ups. And you're like, oh, if I do 50 push-ups and 3 pull-ups in 1 week, I'm going to be like him. Hell no. Your muscles are at a certain place where they need development. You understand? That's the same thing with your brain. That's the same thing with everything. Same thing with Forex. The first thing that we teach you is the truth about Forex. The second thing is the language. And I'm going to stress a bit on the language today. I'm not going to talk a lot, but I'm going to stress a bit on the language. So, first of all, when we cover the language of Forex, we explain a lot of things, right? When we cover the language of Forex, we explain a lot of things about what is really the Forex market. What is the language? How do you communicate? The language simply means what is the market telling me right now? If I look at this structure right now, what is the market speaking to me? Because someone who just started trading today, all they're seeing here is, oh, okay, there's a line that's going down, it's going up, there's like a green thing here. There's like, you're not seeing anything. But me, a professional Forex trader, when I see this, I can already see what the market is telling me. I can understand that it's speaking to me, and I can speak back to it and test it, and it will communicate back to me. That's the language I'm talking about. You have to learn the language of Forex trading. Now, when you go on our website, we have given you some of the things, just to keep you posted, to say that, what is the language? What do we mean by language? Go and read that on our website. It's free. We have given you this information. Of course, it's not detailed, but we're going to give you the books when you start the courses and all those stuff. But read at least this to get the information that you need to understand. This is for free. I gave you a tip of the iceberg. Go and read that. But what I mean by language is understanding what the candlesticks are talking about right now. And I'm going to cover this in this live stream. So for those of you who are watching, pay attention. This is a time you need to take up your notebook and understand. The first thing when you come on the Forex market, for you to understand the language, you need to understand what pair you're trading. How does it communicate? All right? How does it communicate, or how does it work? The second thing that you need to do is look at the time frame. All right? What time frame do you need to look at? Now, before I even come to time frame, guys, I need you to understand one thing. Let's go back to, I want you to go back to 1 month. If right now you're on the chat, we'll go back to 1 month. Remember that I told you about historical data on Forex. You need to understand what was happening in 2020, what happened in 2015. Some of the things that when you're tracking a particular pair that you're trading, you need to understand some of these things. Why do you need to understand them? Because you need to understand how the market is reacting, what trend is it moving on, what happened in 2020, what happened in 2015. And this data is very important. Why do I say that? So the market is not going to show everything right now because of a certain reason. Actually, as you can see here, the market is closed due to, so I don't think it's going to even show this other side here, but I'm sure you can see down here. I would like to zoom in, but if I start zooming in, anyways, let me do it for you guys. Hope you can see it down here. I want you to see this. 01 December, this is 2020, 2021, 2022. I want you to look at down here. I don't know if you can see. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. Now, most of you have gone to school, I imagine. Be you're in grade 5, grade 7, or you're finished school, maybe you're in university. You know that whatever syllabus that you study, you need to go and study a particular book. You need to go and study, if there's an exam, you need to go and study the particular syllabus and understand and refer to past papers that you had, past examinations that were given in 2012. Why would you do that in Forex? Are you getting what I'm saying? Why would you understand what happened in 2025, the past paper for 2025, and go through what happened in the market? What structures were formed? Where were they formed? Why did the market react in that way? Look at the news in that particular year. What happened? Why didn't you study these things? Like, why don't you want to study? Why do you just want to make money? Why do you just want to pass without studying? So when you come on these particular time frames, you have to come here and look at, okay, what happened in let's not even go that far. What happened in 2025? That's the year that we are from. This is 2026, but have you analyzed the entire 2025? Did you go in January 2025 and look at what happened in January 25? How did the year go and how did it end? What influenced the structure?